Good afternoon. My name is Mark Reich, and I work with Allie Williams, Carmen King, a local engineering firm in Burlington, North Carolina, that assists the City of Mebane on several projects. Today, we will be talking about the Holt Street Greenway project, which begins near where I am standing, and will be running through the woods and over to the 3rd Street, South 3rd Street sidewalk connecting on South 3rd Street. This project is approximately 4,000 feet in length. It will also have a 120-foot long boardwalk up near 1st Street. And this is a project that the city has been working on since about 2019. This project will be a 10-foot wide multi-use path, and as I said, we will be beginning here and continues to parallel the sanitary sewer line to the north and connects to 3rd Street at the near the school, South Elementary School. This project crosses 5 different pieces of property. We only have one private property owner that we are crossing. We have 3 parcels that are City of Mebane owned parcels of land, and we have one where we'll be crossing across the Alamance Burlington school system as it ties in at 1st Street, 2nd Street, and at 3rd Street. The trail also connects to Roosevelt Street at the intersection of Roosevelt and Giles Street. This project was originally brought to the city by the Mebane Bicycle and Pedestrian Committee that meets for the city. And the purpose of this is to connect citizens from 𝒞𝓃𝓃𝓃 Street to 3rd Street. It will allow people to come in and access the Mebane Arts Community Center, the ball fields, the soccer fields, and such. And people can also, when they get to 3rd Street, use the existing sidewalks on 3rd Street to come back and connect to the Mebane Arts Community Center, or this area here. This is also the first phase of a project which the city hopes to be able to extend from 3rd Street to 5th Street at some point in time in the near future. Consideration has also been given to run this greenway to the north to Holt Street, but that has not been designed and has not been funded for that to be a project yet. The trail will be coming through in this vicinity here, and we have a sanitary sewer manhole over here to my left. We also, underneath the ground that is not visible, is also a sanitary sewer force main. So the trail will be over here adjacent to the force main and the sanitary sewer line, going back up through some of this opening, but part of this will need to be cleared to put the trail in. The trail will be following along the edge of this grassed area in the tree line, and we will also have to install a ditch on the upper side of the trail to collect runoff, and on this side of the trail where I am standing will be what we call a field slope, which will tie back in. A field slope is an area that slopes down on what we refer to as a 3-to-1 slope. That is 3 feet horizontal to 1 foot vertically down. We do that because the lay of the land is not level, and the trail will be constructed at a 2% grade for ADA purposes. The trail, once it is completed, will have access to all citizens of the City of Mebane. It will be constructed to an ADA standard of a cross slope of 2%. The ADA stands for the American with Disabilities Act, and we want everyone to be able to use the trail. Bicycles will be allowed to use on the trail. Motor vehicles will not be allowed to be on the trail. In fact, we will install bollards at each of the connections to roads to prohibit motor vehicles from accessing the greenway. Bollards are a device to where they're about 3 feet in height, they're about 6 inches in width, and these are hinge bollards such that rescue or fire department personnel or an ambulance can drive over them to access and get to a point if somebody is in need. Okay, here we are standing at a low point in the trail, and you can see to my right that there's a natural stream that comes down. There's a pipe here where I am standing, and then there is a creek or a stream to my left. We will put in a culvert that will take care of the drainage through here such that when the trail is constructed, you'll be able to still walk through this and water pass underneath the trail. As part of the design process, we have to show and get permits from Land Quality Section, which is a division of the North Carolina Department of Environmental Quality. We also have to get stream buffer permits for this project. We also have to get encroachment agreements from the North Carolina Department of Transportation where we tie into NCDOT roads. 𝒞𝓃𝓃𝓃𝓃𝓃 Street is one, and 3rd Street is at the other end that we will have to have encroachments for. I am standing now near the high point of the trail, which will be located to my right, right over here. Also, wanted to remind the citizens that leashed animals will be allowed to use the trail as well. The city's 16-inch sewer force main is located underneath this sign. The trail will be on the opposite side or to my right of this sign. The trail will begin to curve to the left, going back up the hill, and will ultimately tie back in to the intersection of Roosevelt Street and Giles Street. We are at the intersection of Giles Street and Roosevelt Street. The trail will be coming up the unopened portion of Giles Street up to the intersection of Roosevelt. The trail turns, or the Greenway turns, and goes down Roosevelt Street. When we get to this intersection, for a short distance, this trail width will be 20 feet in width on Roosevelt Street and a 4-foot wide trail. Once we get to the end of the right-of-way, the trail will revert back to a 10-foot wide trail. Again, at this intersection here, we will have stop signs for the pedestrians. We will have, again, no motor vehicles allowed, and we will also have bicycles allowed signs with a beginning and an ending of trail, depending on which direction you will be coming from. We will also have bollards at these intersections, again, to prevent motor vehicles going down Giles Street. Motor vehicles will be allowed to go down to the end of the right-of-way, but then at the end of the right-of-way, we will restrict motor vehicles. The right-of-way of Roosevelt Street will end back to my right, approximately 75 to 100 feet. At this point, we will convert back to the trail. The city took and received bids for this project on August 1st of this year. 3 bids were received. The project was awarded to McQueen Construction Company of Bahamian, North Carolina, in the amount of $1.2 million approximately. The completion date for this project is December 31st of next year, of 24. And this will be the first phase of a Greenway project in the City of Mebane. I hope you find this video to be useful, and I hope you have a positively charming day and the rest of the week.